up with the light, a sky so blue upon my eyes. With a thankful heart, today is another brand new start.
Dear friends all over the world, welcome back again. This is Mr. Sami, the English teacher and the self-improvement coach. Dear friends, in the previous episode, we learned together how to describe someone's appearance using these three manners: age, weight, and finally color of eyes. Fortunately, we finished the first part of this lesson, and today we're going to discuss the last two manners, or the last 2 points we have to focus on in order to describe someone's appearance. And I'm going just to refresh your memory and warm you up with information we studied together in the previous episode. So please pay your attention, be all ears to understand how to answer this question. What does she look like, or what does he look like? So let's set the ball rolling. Well, here we go, dear friends. As I told you in the previous episode, we learned together how to describe the age, weight, and color of eyes of someone. And today we're going to focus basically on two manners: height and hair. Height and hair. Number one, here we have height. How tall is he? How tall is she? What does your brother, your niece, your sister-in-law, your brother-in-law look like? Hopefully you still remember the family members we have studied recently. So for example, here we have short. She is short, or he is tall. Now, in case the person you're describing is not that tall or not that short either, what is the adjective that should be used in this situation? You can say that he or she is medium height. What does your brother-in-law look like? He is medium height. He is medium height. He is tall. He is short, and so on. Now, the second thing here, hair. I want you to focus as much as possible because there are a lot of details we're going to discuss together. I want you to remember these three letters, SSC. These three letters stand for three words. S stands for size, the other S stands for shape, and finally C stands for color. Now, these three letters describe the order of the adjectives. What does it mean, order? What comes first? What comes next? What comes at last? So here, this is the first thing we have to put when we want to describe someone's hair. Then after that, we have shape, and finally we have color. So, size, shape, color. Size, shape, color. Now, at first, it takes time. But later on, when you just keep describing people's hair, remember this. This process will be automatic, as if you are just saying your name. So everything takes time and effort. So size, shape, color. At first we have size. Remember, these are three adjectives: short, short hair, long hair, and finally bald. Bald means no hair, hairless. Especially this word is used to describe men. And by the way, bald men are very, very attractive. So don't get angry if you don't have hair, okay? So we have short, long, and bald. Number two, we have shape. Shape means, the form of the hair. Is it, for example, straight, like this, straight hair? Is it wavy, like waves, wavy hair? Or curly, like circles? So we have wavy, like waves, curly, like circles, and finally straight, no waves, no circles. Finally, color, color of hair. We have a black, brown, blonde, blonde like the yellow color, yellowish. And finally, gray. And this word is very crucial because it describes the old people's hair. Don't say that he or she has a white hair. This word is sort of not that general. So it's better to use it gray. My grandfather has short, straight, gray hair. Remember the order. At first you have size. Second of all, we have shape. And finally, color. Now, I want you just to imagine that you are asking me such a question. What does your father look like? Actually, my father is an old man. He is in his 70s. He is sort of thin because he doesn't eat a lot. Number 3, if you still remember the color of his eyes, he has very beautiful hazel eyes. Now we have height. He is medium height. He's not that short, not that tall. And finally, he has short, straight, gray hair. Short, straight, gray hair. As you see, dear friends, I've just described to you what my father looks like using all the information we have studied together. His age, his height, his weight, the color of his eyes, and finally his hair. Now it's your turn. Please stop playing the role of that passive listener who keeps listening and listening and listening without using anything he or she learns. So please, you have to choose right now one of your family members, one of your friends, your colleagues, your mates, or even neighbors or acquaintances. Choose one of them and describe to us what he or she looks like. Remember, if you don't use it, you will lose it. If you don't use English, you will lose its skills after a while. If you don't use what you are learning after a while, your skills will be weaker and weaker until you forget everything. So please practice English all the time, or anything you want to learn, with love, passion, patience, persistence, enthusiasm, and determination. Remember that over time, if you keep practicing with that passion, with that love, with that persistence, with that patience, you won't be a beginner anymore. Until I see you again next week with another wonderful episode. I wish you a nice weekend full of love, passion, enthusiasm, inner peace, and all kinds of ecstasy. Have a nice weekend.
You will always lead my way.